Okay, and we are recording. Woohoo! All right. So, welcome to today's training. This is all about 20 plus ways that you can find and create hundreds of dollars today, right now, right here. So, I'm really excited to have all of you here. So, first of all, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I know it's a 12 o'clock on a Friday, which is kind of like a random time, but I'm really excited. I think that this training is definitely going to help spur some ideas, get the money flowing in. If you guys saw the post that I wrote the other day, it really pisses me off when women have a deep desire for something or a calling that they want to fulfill, and they feel like they can't fulfill that desire or that calling because they don't have the money to make it happen. And it's something that I see stopping women over and over again. And I'm tired of it because I think that we as women should be able to have everything that we desire. And I'm all about taking a stand for the and it doesn't have to be this or that, but we can really have it all. And so inside of this training, I'm going to be sharing 20 plus practical how-to tips that you can literally implement today. And I'm also going to share a couple of examples from other women who thought that they would never be able to create the money that they desired, but then, they did. So you all might be wondering, I know a lot of you are familiar faces, some of you are new faces too. So for those of you who are new, you might be wondering, who the heck am I and why should I be sharing this information with you? So if you have been following me, you probably don't hear me throw out numbers that often. I don't know, it's just not my thing. I don't think that she who makes the most money wins and all that, but I do believe that when you are making more money, you are able to have more freedom and you are able to create a lifestyle you desire, and you're also able to have a way bigger impact. And those are the things that really excite me, especially the impact part. I am all about creating a bigger ripple effect in the world, and by empowering you all to go and do your thing and make the money that you want to be making, I really believe that you're going to be able to get out there and impact more and more people, and that is really cool. So for numbers' sake though, because we are kind of talking numbers today, I want to let you know that I know what I'm talking about here. Over the past 2 years, I have created a multi-six-figure business from scratch. And it was only a couple of years ago that I was sitting on the receiving end of my very first webinar. First of all, I was wondering, what the hell is a webinar in the first place? Like, what am I on right now? Like, I don't understand why all these people are gathered here, but I'm supposed to be learning something, so I'm going to try it out. And the other thing I remember thinking was, oh my God, this is all so overwhelming. I understand that this person's teaching me different steps about how to launch my business, but am I going to be able to fit all these pieces together and make it happen? I don't know. So before I had attended this first webinar, I had started my business on my own. I was trying to figure things out for months, and I was literally doing all the things. I was working on everything I thought I was supposed to be doing. And unfortunately, I didn't have any results to show for it. And that sucked. So I was like, okay, there has to be a better way. And so I remember I had enrolled in this year-long program, this coaching training program, and it was really interesting to me because I was getting a lot of awesome information, but I wasn't really getting the business tips and advice of how you actually grow, market, etc. your business. And so I was super frustrated. I remember having a talk with my dad and my uncle at the time, and I was like, this is so annoying. I just can't seem to link it all together and make it happen. And what I think really frustrated me too is that I had always been an incredibly high achiever and had excelled at pretty much everything that I put my mind to in the past. So I had graduated cum laude from Boston College with a GPA of 3.8. I was the captain of my college's field hockey team and an MVP inside of the league. I was the president of my college's chapter of Strong Women, Strong Girls for 2 years in a row. And all of these things. And the point though is that I used to have like a little amount of time, and I was doing all these things, but I was producing results over and over and over again. I mean, between just like my commitment with being president for this organization and on the field hockey team, it was at least 25 hours a week of like extracurricular activities. Plus I had crazy family drama happening at the time. My parents were getting divorced. It was very messy, to say the least. And I still managed to excel. So I was like, what the hell? I could do all these things in the past, and I can't even launch like this little online business. This is ridiculous. And so I'm sharing this with you, not to be like, hey, look at me and all my accomplishments, but to show you that even when things like had gone super well in the past, and I did consider myself an intelligent woman, figuring out the entrepreneur thing was not a piece of cake. It just wasn't happening for me. So I had, invested my time, my energy, my money in so many entrepreneurial pursuits, even before coaching. I had an ice cream cake business. I had a greeting card business. I was writing a novel at one point. I was doing graphic design, web design. I was all over the place, and it took me a while to finally discover coaching, which is my true passion. But again, I had no idea how to make this a reality. So let's go back. I have like dogs going crazy in the background, so hopefully you can't hear them too loudly. Back to the conversation with my dad and my uncle. I remember my dad asking me, is there anyone you can ask for help? I mean, surely there has to be people out there who have done this before who can guide you. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like there are, but I can't just ask them. They're coaches. You need to pay them for their services. And I remember my uncle chiming in, and he's like this really animated like guy. He was like, yes, like that's it. You need a mentor, Lexi, like someone who's done it before. And I was like, okay, like I understand, but they're so expensive. I can't afford to work with a coach. It's like thousands of dollars. I can't. And my uncle was saying to me, you know what else is expensive? Learning how to do it on your own through trial and error. So cut through the bullshit and get someone to show you how it's done. That's what you do. That's how you succeed. He was very like, that's it. And so my dad and my uncle, they're incredibly successful entrepreneurs who they've completely built their business from the ground up as well. So as these guys who I really admired were saying like, you need to get help and support, this is important, I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to them and I'm going to look for someone. So this is when I started scrolling through Facebook, and long story short, a Facebook ad popped up about this webinar. And so I hopped on it, and lo and behold, a couple hours later, I was like, okay, I'm in, I'm joining this program. But then she set the price, and it was $5,000. And at the time, $5,000 felt like $5 million. I was making less than $22,000 a year at my current job, and it just wasn't going to cut it. And I was so upset because I knew that this is what I needed to do, and I was just sick inside because I didn't have the money to make it work. But I was super determined, and I was like, this is going to happen no matter what, because I know this is the next step for me. And so my one and only idea at the time was like, okay, I could ask my dad. And that was the last thing I wanted to do in the whole entire world, whether it was an ego thing or whatever. I wanted to prove to my dad that I could be a successful entrepreneur on my own, and that I didn't need him or his support, and I could do it by myself. But the truth was I did need his support, and I couldn't do it on my own, at least financially at the time. And so I created this whole proposal about why he should invest in me and my business, and this plan for how I was going to pay him back. And ultimately he said yes, and I felt incredibly fortunate because, again, joining this group program and getting the support from a coach who could guide me and lead the way, it changed everything for me. And I actually used to be really embarrassed and ashamed to share with other people publicly that I had to ask my dad for money to make it happen. But honestly, I don't care at all anymore because it doesn't matter. I really don't care how people find the money as long as it's legal and ethical. But I do care that you do find the money that you need to support your desires and to support what you want in life. So that's just one way that I found the money or that's the first way that I started to find the money over the past couple of years in this entrepreneurial game. So there's one way that you can do it by asking for a personal loan from someone in your immediate circle. And if you're going to do this, I always think it's really important to explain why this loan is so important to you, what it's going to allow to, or what it's going to make possible for you, how it's going to change your life, and then of course, how you plan on paying the person back. Because if someone is going to support you in your dreams and your desires, they probably want to know how the heck you plan on giving them the money back. So just something to think about. Now, I want to share something that I did a post the other day just asking people if there's ever been a time when they've found the money or they've asked for support to source it. And Jenna shared that she asked her boyfriend to cover her rent for a little bit while she launched her business. And she said, not only did this allow me to invest, but he also received multiple raises and bonuses at work since then. So that's cool. And I've done something like this too in the past, which was really helpful for me at the time. I remember asking my boyfriend, now fiance, like, hey, you know, there are a couple of things that I need to pay for inside my business. I can't quite afford rent and this. Can you, back me up for a month or two? And so that's just another way to kind of show you about how you can have other people supporting you. So I have so many more ideas to share with you, but before we go any further, I want to ask you, and I want to kind of start a little bit of a conversation here. I want you to think of a time in your life where you originally thought that you didn't have the money for something that you desired, whether it was a car or a computer or a t-shirt or a vacation or a coaching program. And then you somehow found a way to create the money. So what did you do in that situation to make it happen, despite believing that originally it wasn't going to be possible? So it can be anything. Kimberly says that's actually some great accountability too. Yes, it's definitely good accountability to know that you have to pay somebody back, for sure. Let's see. Jennifer says, go on a thesis trip for university. My parents paid for it. Okay, great. So another example of being able to rely on your good old parents. Michelle says, I sold items that I no longer needed, clothes, jewelry, gold, etc. Awesome. What else have you guys done? When you really wanted something, but you didn't know how you're going to make it happen, and then finally you had an idea and you did it and made it happen. And if some of you are like, I have no idea, well, don't worry. There's a lot more ideas to come. Parents, it was my car. Awesome. Also, can you hear the dogs chewing on the toys in the background? No? Okay, I can. It's kind of annoying, so that's good. What about other examples? And again, the more that you share, the more it triggers ideas for other people. Because I remember when I first started out, my only idea was like, okay, like in the past, if I've really, really wanted something, well, my dad's been there to support me, so I guess I can ask him. But I didn't know that there were all these other things that I could do until other people were sharing their stories with me. And then I started to get more creative. Let's see. Oh my God, of course, he was napping right before. Okay, let's see. Sold old cell phones, tapped into my retirement accounts, part-time jobs. I just manifested things I need in the moment, and sometimes money, NIR, not USD, credit card for a training, babysit. Okay, awesome. So there are a lot of different things. Moving to a place with low rent, if you live by yourself and have that option, cut non-essential expenses. Yep, okay. A lot of these are things that we're going to be talking about. But there are so many different options. Brooksy said, I always wanted a classic and I ended up getting a settlement in a court case. I really wanted the car, but I had no idea how I was going to get it, especially since I was unemployed. Yep, love it. This is awesome. Anything else before I keep going? I got a huge settlement. Awesome. So yeah, money shows up in expected and unexpected ways. And so there are certain actions that we can take to make things happen, but also being, so I say I manifested it, love it. But it's also about being open to the infinite possibilities that are available to us at any time. And I know for some people, they're like, yep, I totally hear you. And other people are like, that is so airy-fairy, and like, what does that even mean? And so the way that I view it is that there is one source, right? So the universe, God, your higher self, whatever you believe in, right? There's this one source for all the things, but there are many infinite channels. So there are so many different ways that this source can provide for you. And it's really, really narrow-minded for us to think that money is just going to come in through our paycheck or a client or whatever it is. And I have been surprised so many times by ways that money can come in. And the big key here is to stay open to it. So it's all about kind of being in a relationship and in communication with it, because what you pay attention to, what you give love to, that's what grows. And so something that a lot of my clients do is that we talk about having a money date each week. So it's not like, oh, I have to look at my finances, this sucks. But it's this really like exciting time that you have on your calendar where it's a money date, and you make it this ritual where, I mean, it depends on like what you're like. I have a friend who loves going to a hotel, sipping champagne, and going over her expenses and her income that week. Like, that feels really good for her. Other people just like to like light a candle, put on some great music, and just, you know, go over it. But the idea is that you are looking at your money on a continuous basis, and you're paying attention to what's coming in and what's going out and thanking it. So you're thanking it for coming in to fulfill your desires, your needs, and you're thanking it for going out to fulfill your desires and your needs. And this is like counterintuitive sometimes, because you're like, oh, like my phone bill, this sucks, or, you know, my electricity bill, like how annoying. But it's like, I have an awesome phone. Like, thank you. This is paying for my phone so that I can communicate with my loved ones, so I can check on Facebook and whatever it is that you like to do on your phone. And hey, I'm paying this electricity bill so I can have lights in my house so I can see when I'm getting ready in the morning. And so it's really reframing the way that we view things, and being grateful for that. Let's see. Okay. So gratitude. Yep. It's all about gratitude. And so thanking it as it comes in as well. So if someone, for example, you go out to dinner and someone pays for your dinner or for your drink, or someone gifts you like a candle or whatever it is, that is you receiving abundance, right? So that drink may have cost $8, and that's $8 that you didn't have to spend on yourself. And so the more you start to keep track of the things that are coming to you, you're going to be really surprised by actually how much you are attracting. And the more you're paying attention to it, the more you're going to start to receive things like this as well. Holly says, yes, I hate when people say rent is a waste because it's not a mortgage. I'm like, how is it a waste? Yes. Michelle says, I'm frugal and save lots that way. Also, Holly says, Lucky Bitch money tracker app is cool. You can track cash and value, i.e. gifts people give, free meals, etc. Yes, 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 exactly. And so I highly suggest that whether you develop your own type of tracking system or use the Lucky Bitch money tracker app, you are paying attention to not just the cents and the dollars that are coming in, but the gifts and the things that you are receiving. Or even, example, like time. Time is huge. We cannot get time back. So if, let's just say you were supposed to go pick up a friend from the airport, but instead one of your other friends goes to pick them up, or they take an Uber to get to your house, well, maybe that's an hour that you saved for yourself. And, you know, what could you, maybe you would have spent that on gas. How much would the gas have been? Now, what can you do in that hour to create more money, or whatever it is? How much is your time worth? So just starting to think about things and having that shift in perception has been really, really valuable. So long story short, the more that you start noticing the abundance around you, even if it feels really freaking small, the more it's going to increase. I promise you. Just like one example of this was, I forget what happened exactly. This is like a little bit, I think it was like a little under a year ago, but I remember I was doing like some type of money ritual, and I was just feeling super grateful for like what was coming in. And I was just like in this really like incredible state of gratitude. And my dad called me up and he was like, Lexi, guess what? And I was like, what? And he's like, you have like, oh my God, now I'm blanking about what it's called. I'm going to sound like an idiot right now. A bond or a savings bond. And so I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I found this in the house, like from your grandparents when you were born. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. Like, it's in an envelope, like, come get it, like take it to the bank. And it ended up being like a few $100s worth of money that, you know, had gotten increased in value over time. And so I was like, what? Like, this is amazing. Like, I had heard all these stories about other people, like, I received a random check in the mail. I'm like, that doesn't happen. Like, that's just bullshit. But it like happened. And I was like, wow, like this actually works. When I'm paying attention to what's coming in and showing gratitude for it, well, this random check of a few $100s came to me, and that was pretty freaking cool. All right, so we talked about asking someone for a personal loan. We talked about asking someone to cover the cost of your rent or your car payment or even your child's daycare, whatever it is, while you invest in something for your business. Another thing that I've seen people do is set up something like a GoFundMe account. So this is something where even if you can't get all of the money for something that you want from one person, you can have people pitch in $10, $5, $20, $30, and create this account where friends and family can pay whatever amount of money feels good for them to support whatever it is that you're doing. And in a situation like this, similar thing, if you're going to propose or create a proposal for somebody, I would be very clear about your story and why this is important to you, why you're looking for support, what you're going to be doing with this money, etc. So another thing you can do is ask for a bank loan. Now, this is interesting because there's a story of a woman who she went to go ask for a bank loan because she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try. I want to find the money for this. And she went, they denied her, but then they said, hey, did you know that from when you purchased a home last year, you actually opened up a line of credit when you did that? And she was like, what? Like, no, I didn't know that. And so she discovered that she had this whole line of credit available to her that if she hadn't gone to the bank and asked for a loan, she wouldn't have discovered that. So sometimes taking the action to find money in one way might not work, but it could present an opportunity in another area, which is really cool. So another example is you could apply for a credit card. This is something that I know I've done in the past many times. So some of them also have really amazing rewards too that can earn you miles for flying if you do a lot of travel, or even cash back. So look into different credit cards, and some, I mean, there's a few business ones that have 0% interest rates for like the first year or 6 months or whatever it is. And that can be really helpful when you're starting a business. So those have been helpful in the past for sure. If you have a credit card, you can increase the limit on your credit card. A lot of people do not even think about this. They're like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. So you can call your bank and look into that. Another one is tapping into your 401k. I've had a couple of clients in the past who were totally set on working with me, but they genuinely didn't think they had the money. And so I remember I brought up that option to somebody before, and she was like, what? Like, I didn't even know I could do that. And I was like, yeah, you can. I mean, you don't have to do this at all, but like, it's there for you. And people realize, you know, they have thousands of dollars sitting inside of these accounts, and they think that they have to like leave it put and not touch them, but you can. Your savings is another example. Sometimes people actually do have the money. We say like, I don't have the money, but they actually do have it in the savings account or the 401k. but they've been taught that you're not supposed to touch it. And I want to be clear too that with all these things that I'm saying, you don't have to do any of these. You can do all of these. It's totally up to you. It's your money. It's your life. You get to choose. I'm just trying to provide examples to get you guys thinking of different ways that you can create and find the money. So savings is a thing. You can sell things. So as other people were sharing, I've had friends, clients, and myself who have sold anything from random items in their home to their car, to music equipment, to an old computer or an iPhone. And I didn't realize this actually until a call last week, but one of the women who just joined Business School's The Coven experience, she sold her jewelry so she'd be able to join. And so when she was sharing that, I was like, wow, like that's awesome. And she was like, yep, I was scared and it was a terrible feeling when I was actually going to do it. But as soon as I did, and as soon as I joined the Coven, I was like, yep, this was worth it. I'm so happy I did. That was cool. Another way to do it is consignment stores. So I have taken clothes that I've had in my closet and either brought them to physical consignment stores or to, there's this company called ThredUp that you literally, they have these bags, they ship to you, you put your clothes in the bags and you send them off. It's really easy. And that is one way that I've earned myself a few $100s doing that. A friend of mine, she sold a grandmother's gifted stock. So her grandmother gifted her a stock and she ended up selling it to make some money. And I mean, if you have stocks, you can always sell those as well. Ooh, ThredUp. Oh my God, I will try that. Yeah. Awesome. I think it's spelled, is it thread? I think it's spelled a little bit weirdly. It might be thread as in regular thread, or it could be THRED. I forget. So check that. Another thing to do is like Uber or Lyft or something along those lines. There have been so many people who I love talking to Uber drivers and I just like hear like what they're doing. And a lot of them are entrepreneurs who are doing this on the side to make some money. Another thing that I've seen people do is renting out their place as an Airbnb. So they've either been traveling and they rent it out then, or they might go stay with like a family member for a little bit and rent that out. So that's an option. Yep, ThredUp. Okay, THREDUP.com. Yes. Awesome. Holly says I need to get a 4-door car so I can, LOL. Oh, didn't know that was a requirement. There you go. Another thing you can do is dog walk, pet sit, house sit, babysit, all the sits. Those are great and easy ways to make money. I've done that so many times in the past. And yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how much people pay for pet sitting even. It's crazy. So random like little side things like this, like even going to feed a cat, like while people are away, it's very easy and you can make money for it. And it takes like 0 time. Think about if someone owes you money. So have you ever in the past, like spotted someone for something and they forgot to pay you back or you forgot to ask for it? Well, reach back out and ask for it. I know that I've had so many random owed payments from friends in the past, whether it was like because I paid for a hotel that we were sharing or whatever, and they completely forgot about it and I forgot about it. And then a couple months down the road, I was like, oh, wait, like they owe me this money. And so I just sent them a friendly reminder and, you know, got the money back. So think about anyone who owes you money that you can send a nice little note to remind them. All right, look at your current expenses. So what's going out? What can you cut back on? Are you buying groceries right now that you don't eat? I know that was a big thing for me for a while. I was buying all these groceries from Whole Foods and I was like, I'm gonna make all these healthy meals. And I had good intentions, but I wasn't making like all of them. And so I realized like I was wasting money and food. And so like that's something to look at. Are you buying more expensive brands of household items? Can you get the more generic brand instead? Are you getting manicures every other week when you could do it yourself once a month instead? Just thinking about like the little things that you do on a recurring basis as well. So monthly memberships or subscriptions, that this is a big one, that you thought you might have canceled, but you keep paying. I can't tell you how many times I've had random monthly subscriptions for like $10, or I've had even some for $40 that I didn't realize what they were, and I thought they were something else, and so I kept paying for them. So look and see, like, do you have like a random gym membership or a random gift boxing service, or do you pay for a Spotify account or a Netflix account when you don't use them at all? And so these might seem like little amounts of money, but they definitely add up. All right, so another example is like overdrafting. I mean, I've overdrafted before and it sucks. The fees are like $30 for overdrafting. Call your bank and ask to have the fee refunded. So many people don't do this, and you can get the money back. Then there's also like credit card late fees. Did you pay your credit card late one day or one time? Call your bank to ask and have that fee refunded too. And here's the thing, most people don't do this because they think that they can't get the money back, but you can, and it's worth a shot. Maybe it doesn't work every time, but it's worked before. So I also want you to think about, if you do have a monthly payment of any kind, call a company and see if you can ask for a lower price. So I just did this with a service like a week ago. It was a $40 per month service, and I called and I got them down to $20 a month. That's half the price. And that would be saving me $240 a year. And if I'm doing this with multiple services and, you know, cutting down the payments, then that's saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year. So you can really do this with any type of monthly service, like your cell phone bill, your cable bill, your health insurance bill, car insurance bill. Think about things that you're using inside of your business, whether it's a scheduling app or like an accounting platform or whatever it is. Call and ask and see if they can do a better price, because most of the time they can, and they will. All right, so think about where you may be spending like unnecessary money. So this is a great example. A lot of people have storage units. My friend actually just told me her mother died 5 years ago, and so she said when her mom died, she put all of her mom's stuff into 2 storage units that she's been paying $300 a month for the past 5 years. That's like $10,800 over the past 5 years. And so that's crazy, right? So if you have something like a storage unit, well, guess what? If you sell things in that storage unit, you can get rid of the storage unit altogether, and you can make money on the things that have been in the storage unit. So that's pretty cool. All right, another example is selling a course, a program, a product, a service. If you're an entrepreneur, it's likely that you have some type of product or program or service that you can sell. And if you're not sure how to sell it, I'll be talking about this in a little bit, but I'm bringing back 2 of my big bonuses, Bliss Gross Magic and your Unicorn Offer workshop, when you enroll in the Coven tonight. So I'll talk more about this in a little bit, but if you have a program or a service and a business and you're looking to sell your services or your products, I got you. The last thing is become an affiliate. You can promote a product, a program, or a service that you love and receive affiliate fees for doing so. So there are small affiliate things, like if you have like certain like apps or platforms that you use inside of your business and you have like a affiliate link, you can have like a whole resource guide that you send people to, that when they click on it and sign up for the service, you get a certain amount of money back for that. And then there are bigger amounts of money that you can make from affiliate fees. So, so for people, for example, who are inside of the Coven, I know that a lot of you, one, have loved like your experience so far inside of it, and 2, are looking for ways to earn consistent cash. So we are going to have affiliate options for you guys to share the Coven with people who you think you would be a great fit. And so normally we have a $50 per enrollment affiliate fee, but for the next 10 days, we're doubling it. So you can earn $100 per referral for every person that you invite into the Coven who signs up. So if you have 3 amazing friends who you know would be awesome fits for it, well, then that's $300 your way. And not just for this either. If you love a product or a program that someone has out there and you really believe in it, email them, message them, say that you loved going through their program, that your product changed your life, and do you have an affiliate fee or a referral fee that you give people for enrolling them into the program or having them sign up and pay for the product. They might not have it, but they could even make a special exception for you. So that's a really awesome way to share something that you love, that you believe in, and that you get to also earn from. So that is a win-win. So I hope that you're beginning to see that there are really so many freaking ways to find the money, to create the money. And the ideas, the opportunities, it's like infinite. It's totally infinite. There are so many different ways that you can source, create the money. These 25 or whatever ways were just a couple of different examples. Some people shared some other ones in the chat box. If you're listening right now and you have any other examples, I would love for you to go ahead and share, because again, hopefully some of these things that I talked to you about triggered some other ideas. No matter how small it is, it's really helpful for people to hear sometimes. So anything else that you guys want to share in the comments, that would be awesome. Anything else that you've done or an idea that you might want to do moving forwards, feel free to share in the comments so people can get a feel for how to find and create the money. And I'd love to also just pause for a second here and just hear what you guys are getting from this. Was there an example that was shared that you're like, oh, I didn't realize I could do that? Or did it give you an idea for something else? I'd love to hear what you guys think and feel about what I've shared with you so far. I'm gonna take a sip of water in the meantime. Not seeing anything. Did you guys not learn anything interesting? It can be one tiny takeaway. I also love to know, I hate any type of training that's just information without implementation. So I'd also love to know from what we spoke about so far, what you're excited to go and implement, how you're going to use this information and actually start implementing it, because again, information without implementation is totally useless. And I know I've been guilty in the past of going on something like this or another type of training and be like, oh, it's so simple and easy. Like those examples, I've heard them before, like whatever. But then I don't go and do anything and nothing happens. And so I started to see that trend happening over and over again. It was like, okay, next training I go to, no matter what, I'm going to take one nugget of information and implement it, because honestly, it's a waste of my time if I don't do that. So don't waste your time here. What is one thing that you are excited to go and implement, no matter how small, that's going to take you in a new direction, that is going to shift things for you? I'd love to hear that in the comments. Let's see. Kirti says collaboration with others to pitch each other's courses, etc. Isabel says money date. Brooksy says pretty much true about all of these. LOL. I guess people can sell their plasma too. LOL. Yes, sure. You can sell anything. Angela says money dates and to become an affiliate. Awesome. Megan says going back over my expenses and taking a look at the monthly expenses and ask for lower payments. Yeah. Dana says I'm mega over-insured right now, so I'll be canceling one of my insurance policies and saving on those monthly expenses. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is great, guys. And again, even if you've heard every single example that I shared, that's not the point. The point that I want to make now is let's do something about it. Stop going on webinars and trainings and freebies and just consuming the information. Actually implement it, because that's what makes a change. That's what makes a difference. Let's see. Chelsea says, I just did a whack of banking magic, so I've already done a couple of these. Awesome. Bree says, money date and looking into being an affiliate too. Fabulous. Victoria says, reaching back to former clients and offering them a referral for new clients. Oh yeah, that's a great example. That's what I've done in the past too, is I've reached out to past clients and been like, I love you so much and I want more amazing clients just like you. So who do you know who, I mean, you know me, you know the program that you just went through. Who would be a great fit for this? Who could really get something out of this experience? I, again, want more people like you, and I want to thank you for being inside of this program and for referring that person to me. So here's the referral fee that I'd like to gift you for each person that you invite and enrolls into my program. Michelle says, 1, evaluate spending to see what I can reduce. 2, see if I have things to sell. 3, affiliate programs. Awesome. Amazing. And so here's the other thing. Here's my other challenge for you. I want you guys to go and take an action on one of these things today. Because so often we can be like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. Great ideas. Can't wait to implement them. No. And I'm saying this with love because I know how I get. I know how other people get. We put things on the back burner and we're like, we'll do it later. So what's one small little thing that you can do today after this call to help you create the money, find the money, shift ways of spending your money, etc.? I don't know why I'm fearful about doing affiliate programs. Oh, say more. What do you think you're fearful about, or what feels weird to you about that? And I will say, I am never an affiliate for something that I haven't tried and I don't love. I am only affiliate for things that I'm like, I freaking love this product, service, program, the person who has created it, and I've used it myself and have experienced awesome results from it. So I have rules around, who I will be an affiliate for and what I will promote. And you get to make the rules too. If you don't like something, don't be an affiliate for it. Is there an affiliate link for the Coven? Yes, there will be. So for the people who are inside of the Coven, I will write into the Facebook group and send you guys an email. Actually, Shelly will probably do that, explaining how to set up your affiliate account and how to share it. Kirti says, I feel if I don't try it, then how can I ask others? But inside, I know that this could help someone. So I would say before you become an affiliate for something, you should definitely try it. So whether that's something like I was saying, like a scheduling app that you use and that you love, try it first before you become an affiliate. That's important. Because the last thing that I want to do is promote something that I have no idea about. I don't want to share things with my people that I haven't tried and tested and love myself. Okay, this is awesome, guys. Anything else that you're excited to implement right away? I know you're probably like, oh, I don't want to. This is not sexy. This is not like, yay, this is so fun, right? The action of like doing these things, I know I can resist them like crazy, but I want you to think about what's available on the other side. What's available for you if you call your cell phone provider or your accounting software company and ask for a reduced monthly price? Oh, well, you're saving money, which is so cool. That's fun. That's exciting. You get to spend that $20, at $30, at $10 somewhere else, somewhere that you're excited about. And I know, again, I get it. The action itself, not so fun. But the reward, the outcome, the benefit, awesome. Let's see. Brooksy says, selling things. Awesome. Michelle says, I'm super excited about all the ideas and especially the referral program for the Coven. Yay! Kirti says, checking on expenses is a great idea. Definitely. Megan says, ha ha ha, just check my bank account and I'm apparently paying ESPN $5 a month. Canceling that today. I don't even visit ESPN. I love that. There you go. $5 can be like, and I've done this in the past. I'm like, oh, $5. Okay, I'll do it next month. I'll cancel it next month. Like, yeah. And then I forget about it. And another month goes by, and another month goes by, and then all of a sudden I spent $30 on this thing that I didn't want to. I kept doing this with like a random service that was actually $40 a month, and I kept meaning to cancel it, and I kept forgetting, and then being like, oh shit. So don't let that happen. Cancel it. Awesome. Love it. Let's see. Michelle says, I have nothing to lose. Clean out closet. Amazing. Yes, 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 yes. Lucy says, I have been changing my money mindset and have had some money just show up this week. I love that. Actually, inside of the Coven, someone was saying, what was she saying? She's like, I just checked my bank account and oh my God, I have so much more money in there than I thought I did. And she was just saying that she's been doing a lot of abundance exercises lately, sending a lot of love and gratitude towards her money, to her investments and stuff like that. And so it wasn't like, oh my God, I just made $500, but she wasn't expecting to see the number that she did in her account, which was exciting. Michelle says, gather coins from all over. Oh, that's another great idea. Lots of people have hundreds from loose change all over the house, laundry room and cars. Yes. An old boyfriend of mine actually used to like have this like change jar that he would just keep like in his room, and like he used to always like take the change and like, I don't know, like do nothing with it. And so he's like, I'm just gonna take all my change and start putting it in this jar. And then like he was making hundreds of dollars from collecting the change. So it's a good idea. See, this is great. The more that we like share ideas, other people think of other things, and then we can create even more ideas, which is amazing. Michelle says, I have a blessing box of change. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. Really cool. Anything else? Any other ideas? Any other intentions that you guys want to share? Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. So, I mean, again, hopefully you see that there are so many ways to create the money, and actually really and truly, when you desire something so deeply and make it a non-negotiable, the money will appear. I promise you. There's something like that to be said about expanding your container. And so what I mean by this is when you expect a certain amount of money to come in every month, it can and it will. In the past, like I'm just going to throw out random numbers here, but in the past, let's just say I've expected $3,000 to come in because I had to pay all my bills, I had to pay for this coach or whatever, and $3,000 was the amount. Well, I made $3,000 happen. When I, let's just say like I added like another program or something onto my expenses list and it became $5,000 a month. At first I was like, like, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. But guess what? I always have made it happen. One way or another, if I desire something badly enough, I find the way to expand my container and make it happen. You will find ways to create the money if it's in alignment for you, if it's something you really, really want. Brooksy says, I live really frugally, so I really don't have things to cut out. I don't have a car insurance. I don't have cable or TV. I have Netflix, but I use my friend's passwords. LOL. I guess I could not use brand name products and get generic. Yeah. So if you've already cut back, that's awesome. Think about ways that you can then create. So there's the finding and the cutting back, and then there's also the creating. So creating a product, a service, a program, going and doing like the babysitting jobs, the cat sitting jobs, asking for a raise at your 9-to-5 job. That's something I didn't mention. So many times people don't ask for raises, and they could be granted a raise if they were to ask. Let's see, marketing research groups and focus groups. Yeah, there are surveys that you can take out there that you can get money from. Yep. No problem, Michelle. Thank you. You are awesome. Let's see. Angela says, one of my friend's dads hit me up and wants to hire me at the hospital close by to be an actress and be a pretend patient for the nurse graduates for their practicals. They pay really good. I didn't even know there was such a thing. That was a blessing. Yeah, there are so many like random jobs and gigs and things that you can do to create the money that it's not like investing 10 or 20 hours of your week. It can be like these random one-off things that can help you get a significant chunk of change. Victoria says, yes, creating more, do a unicorn style offer for quick turnover. Yes, the unicorn offers are gold. Brooksy said, I seem to pull in the direction to doing tarot reading cards or tarot card readings. Yep, exactly. So you could offer tarot card readings as a service. Angela says, face painting at a kid's gig, tip jar. Yes, exactly. So these are all so many great examples of what you can do to create the money. And again, it's really about this shifting and reframing of your mind too about money, investments, etc. And when your energy shifts around this, the flow of energy is going to shift too, and you're going to attract so much more towards you. Awesome. So, you know, a lot of people here too, I know, have spoken to me about joining BizBoost School's The Coven experience. And they've said like, oh my God, this seems so amazing, but I just can't find the money, or I don't have the money. And I get it. And I hope that this has helped you to see for the Coven experience, if that's what you desire, how you can find and create the money. Or if this is not what you desire, then for whatever it is that you want. And I want to say also that so many of the women who have signed up for the Coven have said, like, I almost didn't do it because of the money. Honestly, that was a serious concern of mine. But as soon as I did, I actually signed on a new client. Or, oh my God, like, I've been attracting the most incredible experiences and opportunities since I did sign up. And I really believe that it's not a coincidence, because when you are saying yes to your desires, the universe provides. And inside of BizBoost School's The Coven experience, you are going to learn how to make money each and every single month from your business. And so for the people who are totally new here right now and don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to backtrack for a second. So what I'm talking about right now, BizBoost School's The Coven experience. This is a program, a school that is open right now. It's available at the early bird price, and it's about to expire tonight. So I wanted to do this training to make sure that anyone who knew that it was their truth and knew that they had to be a part of this experience would have a way to find and create the money for it. And so just to give you a quick little rundown, BizBoost School is a collaborative school and sisterhood. It's for female entrepreneurs to come together in community over competition to clarify and deepen their unique craft. So it is so important to me that women are joining in community, in collaboration, joining hands, working together. That is a big emphasis of the school. The community is phenomenal so far, and we haven't even begun. And to deepen your unique craft. So whatever it is that you're doing in the entrepreneurial space, this is your time to both skyrocket your business success and enhance your spiritual gifts as well. So the teachers inside of the school are thought leaders in either the biz realm, so think sales, marketing, branding, social media, funnels, course creation, etc., or the woo realm, so astrology, archetypes, rituals, tarot, chakras, energy healing, all that fun stuff. And each and every single month, students have access to over 30 plus trainings and calls that they can attend, which is crazy insane. And I'll be diving into the details a little bit more in a second. So stay tuned if you want to learn more about that. But for those of you who have been feeling into the Coven experience, that you know what it's about, you're really excited about it, but you keep saying that, you know, the money is a factor, I'd love to do a check-in, because there is a difference between I can't pay my basic bills, I can't put groceries on the table, and I can't pay for the roof over my head, and I don't know where the extra money is going to come from for me to do this. So I would love to know, or you don't have to say in the comments, but say to yourself, like, which one is this for you? Which one do you sound like? And if it's just that you don't know how to come up with the extra money, I hope that these 20 plus ways have started to trigger some ideas for you for what's possible, how you can truly afford this every month. And again, I'm bringing back 2 bonuses that I know are going to totally help and support you in making the monthly investment back. And so these are going to be available until just 11:59 p.m. tonight. So another 11 hours only. And these bonuses are complete no-brainers. And I hope that they make it really easy for you to say yes. And let me just explain them to you so you get an idea of what they're all about. So the first is the Unicorn Offer Workshop. So this is an exclusive training that I did for my amazing mastermind women, and it's a high-level training about how to create your unicorn offer. And the idea of the unicorn offer is that it's this really low price but highly valuable offer that you put out there to attract in new clients. So it's like an offer that they cannot refuse. This is how I have made tens of thousands of dollars in the past couple of months, and how my clients, who are my mastermind clients who have implemented this, they said it's completely changed their business. Kristen is actually one of the women who, on the last live call that we did, she was just sharing how it's totally like changed everything for her. And I know it can for you too. But the idea around it is you have this really low price offer that attracts people right away. You give them so much value. So you're making money off the front of that, but they're also now becoming clients, and they see what you're providing and they want to go to the next level with you. So I talk about the whole process of this, how to create it from start to finish, and guide people along the way. Let's see. Chelsea says, I'm so pumped for these bonuses. Whoop, whoop. Me too. They're awesome. And I'm also going to be doing a call around these to answer any of your questions that you have. So if you go through the trainings and you're like, oh my God, I'm stuck, or I need help with my specific business, I got you. Another thing I hear people say is like, okay, I don't have a list. I don't have anyone to sell to. So with the unicorn offer, it's all about how you can make the money. But with the List Growth Magic course, it's going to show you exactly how to bring these people to you. So it's going into how to hone in on your unique magic, how to truly understand who your people are and what they want, how to create an aligned freebie that is going to help you grow your list like whoa and increase the know, like, trust factor, and then all these ways to start to grow your list in your community. So with these two bonuses, it really becomes impossible not to know exactly how to make the money each month. And again, the purpose of the trainings inside of the Coven are to grow your business, to teach you all the things that you need. Sophia says, have to go now, learned a lot. Thanks, Sophia. I'm glad that you were able to join. But the idea here is that you're also not spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on courses that you've already learned the information from. Because I've done that. I've joined like a bajillion and one courses in the past just to get the nuggets of information that I needed. But it was only like 2 modules that I needed, but I paid for like all 6 of them or whatever. So inside of this experience, you're building your own curriculum based off of your desires and your unique business needs. So it totally, totally changes the game. So these bonuses plus the $297 per month early bird price are only available until tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. After that, the bonuses are really disappearing for good, and the price is going up to $397 a month. So the sooner you join us, the more goodies you get, the lower investment you get access to, and the sooner you get to access the orientation and dive in and meet the women inside of the community. So I want you to think about how it would feel if you had the support of myself and 30 plus teachers in both the biz and the woo worlds. So no matter what question you have that comes up, you have answers for you in your unique business. What if you were able to create your own customized curriculum and only focus on the subjects and topics that were going to support your business and your spiritual growth? And what would it feel like to be a part of this really intimate, tight-knit sisterhood of women who really and truly care and who love and appreciate you for showing up as you are authentically? Like, how would that feel? I know that it's changed the game for me to be able to be surrounded by not only mentors that I trust, not only getting access to the information I need, but also having that group of people who are like-minded and who get it. It totally revolutionizes everything. Megan says, literally found ways to save $63 a month on this call and took some action, already saving me $16 a month. Yeah, you go, girl. Way to implement. I love that. That's awesome. Angela says, have to go. Thank you, Lexi. You're so welcome. But great. This is just an example of Megan saving $63 this month. And like, come on, everybody can do this right here, right now, after this call. Think about collectively, like how much money we're all going to be able to save. Like, that's amazing. I love that you shared that. So I want to also just be able to answer any questions that you have about the Coven, about Business School, about the investment, whatever you have questions about, I want to be able to answer it for you right now. And I also want to share some information and some feedback from people who have already joined, because again, like sometimes hearing it from me, it's like, okay, yeah, you created it, like sweet, obviously you love this. But I want you to also hear from other people who have joined and who have experienced it. So I'm going to, or yesterday I put out this survey, and actually the reason that I did it was to just figure out how to better market the program, but I just loved hearing the feedback that people wrote. So I'm going to share some of it with you right now so you can see yourself in them as well and understand why they signed up. And if you're on the fence, why this would be amazing for you to do as well. So one of my questions was, what were the top reasons that you said hell yes to joining us? Like, at what moment did you know that you had to enroll? So someone said, I love the whole concept really of just having all of the business pieces and all of the woo pieces in one place. It's totally a dream come true. Right now I'm waking up to my intuition, and the woo part really intrigued me. And I just love that it's all in the same place. And then she said, and she had me at Harry Potter. Not only because I love him, but because the business idea is so different and unique. And so just to clarify more on this, you can read more if you go to bit.ly, hold on, /BizWooCoven. But there's this whole gamification element where everybody is getting sorted into 4 different houses inside of the school, and you're going to be able to oh, that was weird. You're going to be able to compete together for prizes, for points. You're going to be having all these accountability systems in place. So every single action that you take inside of the school, you're going to be able to get points for. And these points ultimately help you climb up different levels. And these different levels win you different rewards, benefits, and it's really cool and really exciting. So I have a whole video on that, the gamification process, on the sales page if you want to take a look at it and check it out. So another person said that I needed more magic in my life. I desperately was looking for a community where it's okay to be a little bit woo and a little bit biz. I love that there's such a huge amount of variety, and think it will help me with my shiny object syndrome. I loved all of the master classes and all of the amazing teachers and just the energy that Lexi puts out into the world. Let's see. Another person said, immediately realized I wanted to join. The reason for joining was to have one place combining all of this information and a large number of women who specialize in different things to bring different perspectives and to get so much more than just a single course with a single person. Let's see. Another woman said that she really wanted to initially join because of the magic and all the business knowledge, and then finally listening to the closing keynote and hearing me talk about, or I said, you know, if you're still watching these videos, if you're still here, and this is what your soul needs. And by saying that, the money will come if it's meant to be and if it's something that you desire. So she said, I then decided to take the leap and trust that. Let's see. Someone else said that tuning into the gamification live stream did it for her. She loves the idea of a Hogwarts for women entrepreneurs, but the video made it real. So seeing that we would be sorted and have a chance to earn points for personal action, but also motivate each other to take the action was really amazing. So I'll also just read, there's so many other things going on here, But basically I said, what, if anything, was stopping you from doing this? And so many people said the money. So people said, I admit it was a money issue. I am full of debt and probably shouldn't be spending this money. That's what I was thinking originally. But I also started the coaching business almost a year ago now, and I haven't had a single sale. And I knew that on the first webinar, I had to say yes to this experience. And she was really excited about that. Another person said, you know, it was the money. But I decided to sell my jewelry, and I shared that example with you guys a little bit earlier. Another person said that she jumped at it because she felt it was a really good value, and she actually had no opposition to joining. Another person, again, said the financial concerns were huge, but it felt right, so she decided to do it anyway. Let's see. Another person said they were really concerned about managing the financial commitment, but that she knew for just a couple $100s a month, she'd be able to make it happen. Like, so everybody was saying that the finances were things that were standing in their way. So if you feel like finances are a thing that are standing in your way too, you're not alone. These women were feeling it as well, but they took the leap and they did it. And so I asked also another question about, you know, what are you most excited for? Or we do our best to explain, what did I say? We do our best to explain about the Coven and share it with people, but is there something that we were missing? Is there a better way that we could be explaining this to people? And so someone was just saying how she really felt like you had to experience it to believe it. I'm trying to find her exact quote, but she was basically saying that it was really great to hear and see and read everything, but it wasn't until she actually got inside of the group that she was able to be like, oh, this is what it's really all about. The community is something that you just cannot describe or explain. Let's see. Someone says that you've beautifully set up the Coven, and every single detail and step has been thought about. Even the foundations part is amazing, so sharing more about that. So the foundations part is just, there's an orientation when people join to guide you in getting the most out of it, to really make sure that you are having exactly what you need before you dive into all these other trainings. So it's really setting you up for success inside of the school. And it's this orientation process where there are all these lessons and these workbooks for you to fill out. So you're all on the same page and you can all start together. Someone else said, I'm not sure that you could have prepared us for this great adventure any better. I think it has to be experienced in order for us to really begin to perceive what's involved and available to us. I suspect that even now we've just seen the tip of the iceberg. She said, I will say, though, that the sense of community is far greater than anything I've seen or experienced so far. I'm not even sure that I can adequately articulate the awesomeness of that. I am exceedingly grateful. I really get a sense that BizBoo School is a heart-centered business. This is what I long to create and have yet to really see up until now. Another person said that the level of customization for everyone's personal experience is just ridiculous. So there are so many different pieces and aspects of this, and I just wanted to share their thoughts, their takeaways with you, because they're the people who are a part of this. But if there's anything that I can answer for you guys right now, I would love, love, love to do that for you. Because if you're still here on this call after all of these trainings and all of these things, I know some of you are already a part of it, and it's so amazing to have you here, so thank you. But for those of you who haven't joined yet, what's your hesitation? What's stopping you? What questions do you have? Because again, I really do believe that there's a reason that you're here right now. Let's see. Brooksy said, I ended up watching all of the BizBoo classes that you had available for free for that limited time and loved it. Everybody was great. I was a little bit overwhelmed trying to watch all of them. Yeah, that's definitely overwhelming trying to watch all of them. And so the point of the Coven is not for you to have to come and watch all of the videos. That is overwhelming, actually, and that's not the point. So when every person enrolls inside of the school, they actually take this in-depth quiz. And what it does is it assigns them a business stage and a spiritual stage. And based off of that, you get tagged, right? And so it will then suggest what courses and what trainings you should attend that month to get the most out of what you're trying to achieve in your business and your spiritual development. You'll also be able to select like a few different topics and interest areas that you want to dive deeper into inside of the school, and then you click a button and whoop, this unique and customized pathway appears for you. So it's not like, here are the 30 trainings, attend all of them. It's like, here are the specific ones based off of your stage, where you're at right now, where you're wanting to go, and what you're interested in. And of course, if something's suggested that you're not interested in, you don't have to do it, or you can choose what you do, but we're also here and we have calls to guide you and tell you what trainings to attend based off of your certain goals and your desires. So it becomes really customized and streamlined rather than like all these things and all these like different, that's really overwhelming, and that's not what we're trying to do. But the idea of the masterclass was to show you the wide range of teachers and topics that are going to be infused into the school. And those are only like 20 something of the teachers. We have 35, I think, teachers inside of the school right now. So there are a lot of different areas that you can dive into. Let's see. I'm afraid I'll get overwhelmed when I get in there too. Oh, did I answer that question or no? I don't know if... Is there anything else that you're like curious about, that you're like, I don't know, there's just that one thing that's stopping me? Because I get the overwhelm, and I am so against overwhelm. I am all about simple is sexy. And again, this is not to overwhelm you. This is to give you choices and options and to create your own customized curriculum, because there's nothing worse than signing up for a course or a program where you have to go through all the things that aren't relevant for you. This is really about helping you create and craft something completely customized for what you need. Okay, so that's, was that to me, do you want me to read that out loud, or is that to me privately? Okay. So maybe what we can do is we can have like a conversation outside of this. That might be helpful. So if you want to send me a message on Facebook, or you can send me an email, right there. We can talk, because I'm more than happy to get on a call with you and just chat this out. Does anybody else have any questions? And again, if you're here right now, there's something that's pulling you towards this, and I would love to know what the thing is that's blocking you. Because whether you're a yes or a no, that's totally cool. But we want you to make a decision. The worst thing is being on the fence. No one likes sitting on the fence. It's uncomfortable. So let's get you off the fence one way or another. For those of you who are still here, I know your faces are hidden right now, but I'd love to answer anything I can for you while I'm here live. Let me know. There's, again, I could spend hours and hours talking about all the features and the benefits inside of this school, but I want to really make sure that your questions are answered and that you get the answers that you need. Awesome. That sounds great. And if you're uncomfortable talking about this in front of people right now, no worries. Message me. Send me an email, lexi@lexidangelo.com, or message me on Facebook. I would love to have you join us. I know this is going to be so different than any other program or coach or whatever that you've signed up for in the past. It's seriously blowing the minds of the people who have signed up so far. And I really, really am, I'm so passionate about helping you create and launch the business of your dreams that's in alignment for you, that is not inside the box, that is throwing away the cookie cutters and really doing it your own way, because I believe that we need more of that in the industry, and we can't just be these cookie cutter clones. That doesn't work. So if there's any way that I can help you, or guide you to the right decision, let me know. Again, this might not be for everybody, and that's totally cool too. But if you're still here, I would love to just be able to support you in making a decision. So send me a message on Facebook, send me an email, lexi@lexidangelo.com. We'll get you sorted out one way or the other, but the price is going up to $397 a month tonight at 11:59 p.m., which is in less than 11 hours. So you'll get the bonuses and you'll get the early bird price when you sign up tonight. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys learned something about creating the money. I hope you do take an action step and implement this information so you can actually experience shifts and results. Alrighty. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you for being here with me. Message me if you have any questions, and sign up by tonight so you can get the bonuses and the discount. You're so welcome. Bye, everybody.